I was with this person for 4 months, so not a super long time. And we actually met on Hinge. It's this online dating app. Immediately, I was very attracted to this person. He was like 6'2", this South Asian, just Adonis. During that first date, I found out that he was originally a neuroscientist, but he taught himself app coding and programming, and he ended up building an app by himself. At the time, I was just this bartender in the city, and I felt like I was kind of floundering with what I wanted to do with my life, so I was really inspired by everything that he was doing. His parents were very traditional, so he wasn't out yet. I understood where he was coming from because growing up, I had a very difficult coming out process, but at the same time, I wasn't ready in my life to have to go through that process again. That was kind of a roadblock where I was like, I don't know if I can honestly commit to being with you because you're not done growing yet, and I'm excited to meet you in the future and when we're at the same place. And the last night I remember that we spent together was we just watched anime until like 4 in the morning and then passed out. The next morning he actually had to go to DC because he was having a meeting with Obama. He was one of like the top 50 young entrepreneurs in America. And so when he came back, he took me out to dinner. He basically said that he made the decision that he was going to move to SF. And I think he wanted to just have this kind of clean break, kind of like let's still be connected as people, but let's not hold each other back from what the future could hold. We kept in touch for the next 3 months. We texted every day. We talked about all the new restaurants that we were going to. We just were still very much so entwined in each other's lives. One day he just stopped texting me, and he stopped calling, and he just like cut off communication. And I didn't want to hold that against him because I figured that he probably met somebody, he probably made some new friends. Maybe like 2-3 months later, I went to this restaurant that like blew my mind. And so I was like, okay, like I'm just gonna text him about this. And so I texted him, and of course no response. And I just kind of thought it was really strange, and so I went to his Facebook, and it was somehow set to private. It was as if like I was blocked on Facebook, and it kind of made me kind of like realize, did I do something? Did I kind of hurt his feelings? So I just wanted to check up on him, and so I looked up his app that he had started, because I knew that like the beta launch was for the public was happening, and so I looked up his app and I looked up his name, and his obituary actually came up. It was one of the most jarring feelings I've ever had in my entire life, and I felt so guilty that I was harboring all this resentment and insecurity because I wasn't getting a text back on my phone. I had seen, like the funeral had already happened. He was already laid to rest. He had lived 10 lifetimes in 10 years. It's those kinds of people that are pushing society forward and constantly pushing humanity to be better. He never told anybody about what we had together because of where he was on his life journey. It wouldn't be appropriate for me to uncover this person's secrets to their family. It wouldn't be appropriate for me to reach out even in condolence because it was a secret that was lost with this person when they went away. The hardest part for me is that I had already planned these things out unconsciously in my mind. I felt like this person could honestly be the one, and I know that he honestly felt that about me, but we just needed to do a little bit more growing before we could commit to that. And so in my mind, I already met his parents. In my mind, I already knew his brother. In my mind, I already was a part of his life. And to have it disappear when it was already gone for 3 months, it was like the delayed reaction of a punch. Just seeing that evaporate right in front of my eyes, it keeps this hole inside of me. And it just kind of like hits me at weird times. Sometimes if I'm having a really difficult day, I'll still text him even though I know he's not there.